श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की, ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की, पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की, गंगामई की, यमुनामई की, भक्ति देवी की, तुलसी देवी की, कलियुग पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimmirandhasya Gnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guroh Shri Yutapad-kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha कृपा सिंधुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Gauranga Darshan Prabhu. So I'll just like to give a little brief introduction about him. Gauranga Darshan Prabhu is a disciple of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, an educator, author of over 30 books. He is a dean of Bhaktivedanta Vidyapit ISKCON GEV, Gaur Eco Village, and outside he also regularly conducts online and residential spiritual courses for children, teens, adults. He has delivered almost 7,000 hours lectures. So you can imagine how much he's wanted. And also, of course, this he has given in ashrams, schools, colleges, corporate events like TEDx, Rotary Clubs, DRDO. He's also the member of ISKCON Board of Examiner and GEV Administration Council. He oversees the temple worship and the Vrindavan forest at GEV. As a professional, Gauranga Darshan Prabhu holds a master degree in systems and science and automation from reputed Indian Institute of Science, that's Bangalore. His corporate career extended for 2 years. During he was worked for the Force Motors and TCS Innovation Lab in the capacity of a researcher. During his brief academic and professional tenure, he had achieved the rare distinctions of publishing over 10 technical papers in the area of language and speech processing and feeling.
We'll do some Ram Katha. Hare Krishna.
So we are very grateful that Prabhuji has come. He came here to ISKCON Leeds to give seminar on Srimad Bhagavatam, and he, of course, everyone knows about him, but still, he is very well known for giving his Srimad Bhagavatam presentation. So we want to thank him and by welcome him to Radha Kunjmari temple by chanting one time Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. One of the most austere and boring aspects of these gatherings is this introduction. I am very grateful and honored and happy to be at Radha Kunjabihari temple after a long time. The whole looks of the temple have been changed. I could not recognize only when I just entered few minutes back. And I'm very happy to see expanded temple hall. Very soon it will manifest in its full glory with all the interiors. Very eager to see that scene where the temple hall accommodates more number of devotees for more Katha, Kirtan and worship of the Lord. Because tomorrow is Ram Navami and somehow the devotees at NVCC temple asked me to speak about Lord Ramachandra in the last 2 days, and somehow I started speaking Ramayana systematically from Balkanda briefly. Yesterday we managed to complete only up to Sundarakanda. That also I did not complete. I thought this one more slot will complete Ramayana today, hopefully. So we'll discuss about Lord Ramachandra now. Hare Krishna. The first section of Ramayana Hari Hari. In the Balakanda, Lord Ram's appearance is described and Ram's marriage with Mother Sita is also described. And moving ahead into the next Kanda, Ayodhya Kanda, Dasharatha Maharaj decides to coronate Lord Ramachandra as the king, but because of Manthara's influence, Kaikeyi requests Dasharatha Maharaj or demands Dasharatha Maharaj to send Ram for Vanavas and enthrone Bharat as the king. Then moving ahead in the Aranya Kanda, Ram's Vanavas is described. I am giving a summary of the summary just to make a connection with where we have to begin with today. So in the Aranya Kanda, Ram was doing his Vanavas and Surpanakha comes and desires Lord Ramachandra and Ram rejects. Eventually Ravan comes and kidnaps Mother Sita and Ram is in search for Mother Sita. Then we enter the Kishkinda Kanda where Ram makes friendship with Sugriva and helps him retrieve his kingdom and wife back. And Sugriva sends his Vanar Sena in different directions to search for Mother Sita. Then we enter the fifth part, Sundarakanda, where Hanumanji and his team come on the shore of Lanka ocean. And Hanumanji jumps across the Lanka ocean. And on the way, he sees Mainaka mountain who wants to offer him a hospitality. Then also he sees Surasa who wanted to test Hanuman's determination. And later he also sees Simhika who wanted to pull him down and create an obstacle, impediment on his path. And Hanumanji destroys Simhika. Then eventually he lands in Lanka and he meets Lankini who wouldn't allow him into Lanka. But Hanumanji overpowers her and he enters Lanka. Hanumanji just searches throughout this big palace of Ravan only to find Sita Devi. Finally, he finds one dignified lady. Her name is Mandodari, a very chaste woman who is the wife of Ravan. And he thinks that, for a moment he thinks that she must be Sita. But later he realizes that how could Sita peacefully sleep in a palace, well decorated, in separation from Lord Ramachandra? Na Ramayana Vyukta sa swapnumarhati bhamini na bhoktum napyalankartum napanamupasevitum. She wouldn't drink, she wouldn't sleep, she wouldn't eat, she wouldn't decorate herself in separation from Lord Ramachandra. How could this lady be Sita Devi? So he actually misunderstood. And Hanumanji felt very guilty, very bad about it. Then he thought that, okay, let's not lose my motivation, let's not lose my inspiration. I will just search in other sections of Lanka. Then he goes out and he finds Mother Sita under a tree, Shinshipa tree, in Ashoka Vatika, in this Ravan's favorite garden. Actually, Hanumanji sees a beautiful water reservoir, a lake, and he thinks that maybe Sita Devi must come here to do her morning duties, then I can spot her, I can see her. But eventually his eyes would glance upon that lady who is dressed like an ascetic woman, sitting under a Shinshipa tree and then just lamenting, looks very, very sad. Although she's effulgent, her effulgence seems to be covered because of her sadness. And Hanumanji doubted, is she Sita? But she's not visible properly. He slowly climbed the tree and then observed. Then comes Ravan, 10-headed Ravan, along with some of his queens in front of Mother Sita. And that is his morning program. Just like we have our morning program, Samsara Dava Nalalida Loka. Ravan's morning program every day is get up early in the morning, in the Brahma Muhurta time, come to Sita Devi, Ashoka Vatika, and then request her, when will you become my queen? And Sita Devi just keeps a blade of grass in front of her, indicating that Ravan, you are as insignificant as a blade of grass for me. I cannot accept you. Then Ravan becomes furious. Long conversation. Ravan becomes furious and he says that if you don't submit to me in the next 2 months, then I will kill you and have your flesh cooked for my breakfast. Then I will eat it. Looks like it's a long time since I ate human flesh. And Sita Devi was disgusted. For a chaste woman, even to stand in front of another man is a very uncomfortable situation. And here is a lusty person glancing on her every day, and Sita Devi is just really is in a situation where she couldn't survive only. And on top of it, there are so many Rakshasis who are constantly tormenting her. 4 regulative principles are being broken in that Lanka area, where Sita Devi is just sitting there, crying in a helpless situation. Even the conditioned soul in this material world also is in an ambience which is completely incompatible with the core Swarupa as servant of Krishna. Jivera Swarupa Hai Krishnera Nitya Das. Dasatva, being a servant of the Supreme Lord Krishna, is the original constitutional position of a conditioned soul, of a soul. And to relish Krishna's service and Krishna Prema is the greatest privilege and authority or responsibility or the intrinsic characteristic of a soul. And for such a soul who is a part and parcel of Krishna to rot in this material existence in the midst of threefold material miseries is such a humiliating situation. Of course, Sita Devi is the divine potency of the Lord, but just compare that Lanka ambience with the ambience of this material realm. The conditioned soul is also suffering like that. Anyway, Sita Devi is in her lamentation. Ravan left. Mandodari came and pacified Ravan. Hey, Ravan, why are you unnecessarily behind this lady who is not at all interested in you? You please be with us. So just pacified Ravan and then took him away, Mandodari. Then Sita Devi was alone. Ravan told all these Rakshasi soldiers that you should somehow convince her. Speak my glories. Speak some Ravan Katha. She is interested in Ravan Katha, but you should speak some Ravan Katha and convince her to become my prominent queen. I can keep aside all my prominent queens, even Mandodari also, and make Sita Devi my prominent queen. You should convince her. Then all these hideous looking demonesses, Rakshasis, some have donkey faces, some have horse faces, Some have only one eye in the middle of their belly. So all kinds of disfigured Rakshasis were surrounding Sita Devi, and they were convincing him, what's your problem? We never got this kind of proposal, and you got this great opportunity. Why don't you become his queen? So, and they started glorifying Ravan. So disgusting sound vibrations are coming into her ears. She has to block her ears. Some demoness said that if you don't submit to Ravan's request or order, we will kill you. We have not eaten human flesh since long time. Now human flesh is there. I will eat your legs. I will eat your hands. I will eat your cheeks. So like that, they were tormenting Mother Sita in various ways. Then Sita Devi broke into tears. She thought, let me give up my life. This kind of terrible life I won't be able to live. Let me just give up my life. She thought like that. And meanwhile, there is another good Rakshasi. Her name is Trijata. It was Brahma Muhurta. She just got up from her sleep, and she saw that all these ladies, all these Rakshasi Stris are tormenting Sita Devi. So she immediately came and announced that I had a dream, special dream now. You want to hear that sensational dream? Then all the demonesses became very curious. What's the dream? What's the dream? She said that I got this dream early in the morning. It must make up true. In my dream, I have seen Ram defeating Ravan, retrieving Sita Devi, and Ram and Sita are dressed in very beautiful, shining white garments, and they're royally moving on a great elephant. And I saw Ravan sitting on a donkey with oil applied on his face, and this different kinds of like tamoguni decorations he had. So I saw him getting defeated, and these dreams that come in early in the morning, they become true, and I can clearly see that Ram is going to defeat Ravan. That is a realization. She shared that dream. Then all the demonesses become very fearful. Then she came closer to Sita Devi and started encouraging her, reassuring her in various ways. Then Sita Devi was slightly pacified, and she was sitting alone crying. And all the demonesses cleared. As soon as Trijata came, they cleared the spot and left Sita Devi alone. They went far away. And Hanumanji, sitting on this Sinshipa tree, he is carefully observing what's happening here. This whole scene he is observing. Then Hanumanji was looking for an opportune moment. How should I go in front of Sita Devi and inform her that I am a messenger of Lord Ramachandra? Suddenly, when she sees a monkey, she may misunderstand me. She may think that I am a representative of Ravan. So Hanumanji was carefully considering, what am I supposed to do now? Then he thought, let me chant the glories of Lord Ram. Hare, Hare Krishna. Hanumanji thought, glorify Lord Ram. Hare Krishna. Oh, Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hanumanji began to glorify Lord Ramachandra. Yeah, this is much better. Thank you. Hearing Ram Katha, glorification of Lord Ram, Ram Kirtan, Sita Devi was slightly pacified, and she was attracted to the sound vibration. She thought, where is this sound vibration coming from? Then slowly Hanumanji manifested in front of her, came in front of her, and she felt very pacified, she felt a great solace in her heart. Then Hanumanji slowly moved forward and started speaking all the pastimes of Lord Ram, whatever has happened till then. And Sita Devi was tricked into a conversation with Hanuman. So when the conversation, long conversation was just going on, at one moment Sita Devi felt that, oh, I was tricked into conversation with this monkey. Maybe this Vanara is Ravana in disguise. Sita Devi started chastising him. She said that, you Ravan, I rejected you, therefore you are coming in this disguised form, in this form as a monkey and glorifying Ram. Then Hanuman said, my dear mother, I am not Ravan. I am a very honest, loyal servant of Lord Ramachandra, your dear Lord. Please don't suspect my loyalty. I'm a trustworthy servant of the Lord. I have come here as a messenger. Sita Devi was not convinced very much, but Hanumanji just pulled out that ring of Ram and offered it to Sita Devi. As soon as Sita Devi saw that ornament, she went into an ecstatic remembrance of the Lord and she said, Hanuman, you have actually saved my life. I was hopeless last 10 months. But seeing you, seeing this ring, hearing Ram Katha from you, I have become very enlivened now. Can you please stay here for some more time? It's a long conversation. Several times, Sita Devi was requesting Hanumanji, please tell Ram to come here as early as possible, defeat Ravan and take me to his loving company. I am missing him so much. I am in intense feelings of separation from the Lord. Prabhupada writes in the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 19th chapter purports, that Ram appeared on this planet as a human being to give us so many lessons to all the human beings, and he gave lessons at 3 levels. One, to all the followers of Dharma, he gave an important lesson. However difficult it may be for the husband has to protect a chaste wife. Ram could have created millions of Sitas. When one Sita is not there, Ram could have created millions of Sitas. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But just to rescue one Sita, Ram made friendship with Sugriva and he fought with so many demons. He crossed the Lanka ocean with so much Vanar Sena and he created many other demons there. He killed Ravana there and retrieved that one Sita. So at any cost, a husband must give protection to a chaste wife. That's an important lesson that Ram has given to all the followers of Dharma. Now, from another perspective, Jai Shri Shri Radha Kunji Bihari Bhagwan ki Jai. And from another perspective, Ram gave another important lesson, very crucial lesson. What was that? He told that in this material world, everybody has to undergo some tribulation, some austerities. I appeared as a human being. As a human being, Ram underwent a lot of calamities, a lot of reversals. So, material world is not a place for the pure soul to live in. This is not a place which is compatible with our core Swarupa as servants of the Lord, lovers of the Lord. So, material world must be rejected. You have to be detached from the material happenings. That is second lesson that he has given to everybody, to all the devotees specifically. Don't be so excited to live in this material world, make a home, make a family, make all kinds of arrangements for your comfortable living. However great you are, however popular you are, however influential you are, material world is a place of suffering. That's the message he gave to all the devotees. Then third, first one, message to all the dharmic people. Second one, message to all devotees. Don't be excited to be in the material world. Third is how love for the beloved is experienced in 2 flavors. When Ram and Sita were together in Ayodhya, and even for the first 13 years of Vanavas, they were very happy. They were relishing each other's company. In Ayodhya, Ram and Sita did not have much of privacy, because they're always surrounded by queens and kings and ministers and soldiers and citizens a lot. But when Ram came to Vanavas, it's a transcendental vacation for Sita and Ram. One of the reasons for Ram's Vanavas is for a vacation. Lakshman is there engaged in his services and entire forest is very empty, nirjan, very peaceful ambience. So there Ram was having a transcendental vacation for 13 years. Then Ravan came in the last 1 year and then he disturbed. Now after that transcendental vacation, there is a separation for 1 year. 13 years of staying in Vanavas, and also just very short time in Ayodhya post their marriage. Immediately he went for Vanavas. So after such intimate pastimes with Sita Devi, for 1 year there was a separation. Love is experienced in 2 flavors, Vipralambha and Sambhoga. Sambhoga is the joy of union, Vipralambha is the pain of separation. So Ram and Sita are experiencing love for each other in both flavors. When they were together in Vanvas, they were experiencing the happiness of meeting with each other, Sambhoga Rasa. And when they are separated, they are experiencing another kind of rasa, which is Vipralambha rasa. So when the lover and the beloved are separated, when two lovers are separated, they think about each other more intensely when they are together, more than when they are together. So Ram is intensely remembering Sita Devi, Sita is intensely remembering Ram, and that quote unquote pain of separation is a source of joy. On the material plane, pain is pain, pleasure is also pain. On the spiritual plane, pleasure is pleasure, pain is also pleasure. Thus, when Sita and Ram are separated, they are experiencing the pleasure, the spiritual joy, transcendental rasa of Vipralambha. 3 levels. Now Sita is in intense feelings of separation from Ram, and there Ram is in intense feelings of separation from Sita in Kishkinda. So one is in Kishkinda, one is in Lanka, and Hanumanji is making a bridge between the two. So that's the greatness of Hanumanji. He brought Sita and Ram together. And Sita Devi was pleading, Hanumanji, I'm in separation, so please come here. Please bring Ram. Please inform Ram to rescue me as early as possible. Then Hanuman said, my dear mother, you don't have to wait for such a long time. Come, sit on my back. I will take you to Ram at once, right now, immediately. Then Sita Devi said, no, how can I touch another man? When Ravan kidnapped me, I didn't have an option, but I cannot touch another man. Hanuman said, my dear mother, you are my mother, I am your son. What's wrong when a mother touches a son? Why are you giving this kind of argument? Then Sita Devi said, actual reason is, if you come and take me to Ram, then that will kind of disrupt the glory of my dear Lord Ramachandra. Ravan, in the absence of Ram, kidnapped me and brought me here. If Ram personally comes here and kills Ravan and rescues me, that will be a great honor for my Lord. Even I could have killed Ravan. Sita Devi, chaste lady, she could have killed Ravan, but she never got such an indication from Lord Ramachandra, so she waited. Just like Daksha, he was insulting Sati Devi. Sati had the ability to kill Daksha, but she did not, because she never got an indication from Shiva. So that's the compatibility and love and affection and understandability between these divine couples. So Sita Devi said, if Ram personally comes and rescues me, that would be increasing the honor of Ram so much. So let Ram only come. Then our Hanumanji understood, yes, what Sita Devi said is correct. So let me just do the needful to bring Ram here, so that he can rescue Sita Devi. I will only be a servant. I will not be just doing more than what is expected of me. Although he is doing a lot more than what is expected of him. So how much is too much a servant understands. So then Hanumanji thought that I must do something, some mischief here in this area, so that Ravan gets some message and he understands the gravity of his offense. So Hanumanji started destroying this Ashoka Vatika, which is the favorite garden of Ravan. And some demons noticed that, oh, some monkey is coming, Vanar is coming, and then destroying all these trees here. So they started fighting with Hanumanji. Hanumanji killed them left, right, center. It's a very long fight. Then Ravan, this news went to Ravan. Ravan has been sending so many soldiers to kill Hanumanji. And Hanumanji is killing all of them. Finally, Ravan had sent Indrajit. And Indrajit released the Brahmastra. Hanumanji just became little obedient to Brahmastra, and he allowed himself to be caught. And not just that, Hanumanji also wanted to personally see Ravan and understand the extent of his power, and also assess the extent of the strength of all the Rakshasas, because very soon Ram's army has to meet this Ravana's army. Therefore, Hanumanji, as a dutiful servant, he thought it wise to assess the strength, the expanse of the strength of these Rakshasas, so that Ram gets an idea. So he allowed himself to be bound, and he was presented in front of Ravan. And again, a long conversation happened in Ravan's assembly hall. Ravan initially instructed, kill this monkey. Then Vibhishana said, hey, how can you kill a messenger? And Hanumanji introduced himself as a messenger of Ram and gave a good advice to Ravan. He said that you should respectfully return Sita Devi to Ram. Then you will save your life, save your dynasty, and save your kingdom. Otherwise, this golden Lanka will be burned to ashes by the wrath of Sita Devi and Ram and Vanar Sena. Ravan never took it seriously. He is just laughing at what Hanumanji said. When ego levels are so high, when arrogance levels are so high, we cannot fail to accept a good advice. So he ordered that let this monkey's tail be burnt. Then Hanumanji's tail was burnt, and with that fire Hanumanji burned the whole Lanka and again jumped across the ocean, gave that news to Ram, and Ram felt so happy. And that's the conclusion of Uttara-kanda. Because of less time, we'll just move a little forward. So Ram felt so happy. Ram embraced Hanumanji and said, a first-class servant is one who understands the mood of the master and renders service more than what is told to him. So the service given to Hanumanji is to find where Sita is. But what else Hanumanji did apart from finding where Sita is? Hanumanji also pacified her, consoled her, gave her reassurance and confidence that Ram will come. That's not there in the to-do list. Hanumanji also met Ravan and assessed the strength of all the Rakshasas. That's not there in his to-do list. So a first-class servant is one who does more service than what is told to him, understanding the mood of the master. A second-class servant is one who just does whatever is told to him, although is capable of doing more. And the third-class servant is one who doesn't do whatever service is given to him also, although is capable of doing it. Hanumanji is a first-class servant, not a mediocre servant or a low-class servant, first-class servant. So Ram just pressed Hanumanji to his heart and expressed his indebtedness. As per my expectation, it was Hanuman who found Sita Devi. Then Ram and Sugriva and the entire Vanar army planned to come to Lanka and fight with Ravan. They all came to the shore of this Lanka ocean, and we are entering Uttara-kanda now. Uttara-kanda is the longest section of Ramayana, but we'll keep it very short. So in Uttara-kanda, we see that Ram and his Vanar Sena comes on the bank of this ocean. And Ram prays to the ocean god, please show some way so that these hundreds and thousands and millions of monkeys can cross your waters. But Samudra did not respond. Ram waited for 3 days, fasted for 3 days. Samudra did not respond. Now Ram became angry. Very rarely Ram becomes angry. This is one instance where Ram became extremely angry. So he just took his bow and then pulled the string. Just by hearing the Dhanush Thankar, all the aquatics in the ocean became agitated. And the ocean god appeared, emerged from the ocean with folded hands, with Aarti plate and all. Please forgive me, O Lord, please forgive me. Earlier we have Varuna, whose servant kidnapped Nanda Maharaj in the 10th canto of Bhagavatam. There also Varuna realized his mistake, realized the mistake of a servant. So what did he do? Before even Krishna came, Varuna is ready with Aarti plate. Krishna, I'm sorry, please forgive my servant, forgive me, take your father. But this time the ocean god needed some angry glances of Ram. Then the ocean god said, Ram, I'm really sorry for this delay in responding to your request, but I have a request for you. My waters will cause no impediment for you or Lakshman or Hanuman or Sugriva or any of your Vanar Sena to cross. However, I have a request for you. The request is, can you make a bridge across this ocean? Why bridge? We can walk on water. And you are saying that your waters will not cause any impediment to us. We'll just walk on water. What's the problem? But no. You should make a bridge. The ocean god said. Why? I want to see people for all time to come glorify you as a person who has constructed bridge with stones. Devotees are very, very eager to see the Lord being glorified for all generations to come. So ocean god said, you should make a bridge, and I will ensure that whatever stones you are keeping to make the bridge, they will not drown. And of course, by your power, they will not drown. So Ram agreed. Then this entire Vanar Sena went in different directions to collect big boulders and stones. And Hanumanji went all the way to Govardhan mountain also. And he just lifted Govardhan mountain and he's just bringing. And on the way he gets an announcement. Enough. Bridge is over. No more stones are needed. Then Hanumanji left the Govardhan mountain in Vrindavan area. And Govardhan felt that I am deprived of service to Lord Ramachandra. I am so unfortunate. Hanumanji is another servant of Ram, right? So Hanumanji understood the heart of this servant, Govardhan. Hanumanji blessed Govardhan, saying that, Govardhan, don't worry. Don't worry that you missed an opportunity to serve Ram and Lakshman. You will definitely get an opportunity to serve Krishna and Balaram in the next yuga. You don't worry. So Govardhan got that, Haridasa Varya. Now Hanumanji and many other great Vanaras were bringing so many boulders and big stones and tree trunks to make this Lanka bridge, and the bridge is completed. And one little squirrel came just pushing some pebbles and some little sand particles and small stones for the construction of the bridge, and Ram is equally pleased with squirrel also. The Lord is more pleased with the attitude of our service more than the magnitude of our service. If you see the magnitude of seva, Hanuman's seva is like way beyond the squirrel seva, no comparison only. But if you see the attitude behind the service, both are sincere. Hanumanji is sincere, he is doing according to his capacity, and squirrel is also sincere, doing according to his capacity. So Ram is pleased with both of them. So you don't have to be the best servant, but you have to do your best in the service of the Lord. And the Lord is equally pleased with all the servants whoever renders service sincerely. So thus Lanka bridge is over. And even before that, another very important incident happened. That is Vibhishana Sharanagati. Meanwhile in Lanka, big meetings were happening. So Ravan is sitting with all the prominent ministers and soldiers and brothers and family members, and he's having a big meeting. He said that one monkey came and created such a great disturbance in the entire Lanka. If hundreds and thousands and millions of Vanara soldiers come into Lanka, what will happen to our kingdom? So all the Rakshasas were concerned. But some Rakshasas, they were saying that, Ravan, you should not worry. You have so many boons, you have so many weapons, you are so powerful, you are victorious in several battles. Why should you worry about some human beings and some monkeys who are coming to attack Lanka? Nothing will happen to you. You be very confident. We are there to serve you. Our life is meant for your service. So like that, all these people were boosting the confidence and encouraging Ravan to do his nefarious activities. Yesterday we saw, with the encouragement and empowerment given by Jambavan, Hanuman became confident to jump across the Lanka ocean. So that kind of positively boosting one's confidence for a higher purpose, for the service of the Lord, is great. We should be encouraging someone to do the service of the Lord. But here Ravan is getting an encouragement from demoniac people to do all kinds of nefarious activities. Just like Kamsa also got so much of boost in his confidence, so much of encouragement by all his monkeys, all his Rakshasa associates like Banasur, Vatsasur, Aghasur. All these people were encouraging Kamsa, kill all the babies who are born in the last 10 days. We will be there with you. See, this encouragement and boosting confidence and reassurance is there in the demoniac circles also, but the basic purpose is against the service of the Lord. But one person is there in Lanka who went against all these other demons. Vibhishana stood up and said, Ravan, these people are not your well-wishers. They are encouraging you to do something wrong, and they are endorsing your abducting a chaste woman, and they are inviting your own destruction and their own destruction, and the destruction of the entire Asura dynasty and the Lanka kingdom. So my suggestion to you is, you should respectfully return Sita Devi to Ram, beg forgiveness, fall at his feet, he will forgive you, he will spare Lanka. Ravan became very egoistic. He is very proud, very arrogant. He was offended by this kind of statements made by Vibhishana. And Ravan chastised Vibhishana like anything. And Vibhishana said, you are my superior, but you are not acting like a superior, because you have a very, very inferior mentality. So I reject you. So Vibhishana voluntarily rejected Ravan along with some of his loyal associates. He came in the airways to Ram to take shelter of Lord Ramachandra. So when a superior is not in alignment with the scriptural principles, not favorable to our own devotional service to the Lord, such a superior is worth rejecting. Gururna sasyat, swajanona sasyat, janenina sasyat, pitana sasyat, like that there's a big list. So how one should not accept a superior as a superior. Namocha yajyat samupeta mrityam. When the superior has no ability to help us cross this cycle of birth and death or endorse our bhakti. That's why we see that Bharat rejected his mother Kaikeyi initially. Vibhishana rejected his brother Ravan. Sukracharya was rejected by his disciple Bali. Dvijapatnis rejected their husbands. Later Krishna changed their minds, of course. So like that we see that in several instances, one so-called superior who is not in devotional service to the Lord is not followed by a intelligent and wise, devoted subordinate. Here Vibhishana rejected Ravan and came to the shore of this Lanka ocean. At that time Ram was making his discussions with all the other Vanara soldiers. Now, very interesting. Vibhishana came along with his associates, and some of the Vanara soldiers saw him. And Vibhishana introduced himself, that I am a brother of Ravana, I have rejected Ravana, I am never in favor of all the things that he is doing. So you please accept me as your servant. I want to join your group. I want to be a dedicated servant of Lord Ramachandra. These monkeys came and informed this to Ram. And Ram was having a great meeting with all the important Vanara soldiers, Jambavan, Sugriva, Hanuman, Angada, Nala, Neela, so many people. Many Vanara soldiers were giving their opinions. Ram asked Sugriva, Sugriva, what's your opinion? You know what Sugriva said? Ram, we are about to confront with the Asura army, and at this critical moment, Vibhishana, Ravan's brother, is coming here seeking your friendship. Just observe this. Maybe this is the political mentality of Ravan, to send his brother to you so that Vibhishana understands the political secrets or whatever military secrets of our army and secretly sends a message to Ravan. Probably he is spying here. You should not trust. Firstly, he is a demon. Second, he is a brother of Ravan. Thirdly, it's the critical moment of war. Just before war, he is coming and surrendering. For all practical reasons, we should not accept Vibhishana as our friend. Reject him. I would say, kill him. Nothing wrong in killing a Rakshasa. Kill him. Then Ram asked, Hanuman, what's your opinion? Hanumanji said, I have examined the demeanor of Vibhishana. He looks very genuine, very gentlemanly person. So, if he has a malicious intentions in the mind, then his face wouldn't be so calm and composed and peaceful and reassuring. Therefore, my humble thought is, accept him. Not only that, Hanumanji had more exposure to Vibhishana's character, because Hanuman already saw him in Lanka. When Ravan ordered to kill Hanuman, Vibhishana said, hey, you should not kill a messenger. What does it mean? That only indicates how wonderful and glorious the character of Vibhishana is. Hanumanji had an advanced intelligence and extra information more than even Sugriva. So Hanumanji endorsed that we should accept Vibhishana as our friend, and Sugriva said we should not accept and we should even kill him. The proposals coming from these two devotees, these two associates of Ram, Sugriva and Hanuman, they are totally opposite to each other. There can be differences of opinion amongst devotees also. But how do you reconcile the differences? By focusing on a higher purpose of what pleases the Lord, Guru and Vaishnavas. Guru, Krishna, Vaishnavas. Here Sugriva asked, Lord, we give our opinions. You please give your opinion. What pleases you? You tell me. Then Ram said, Sakradeva prapannoyam tavasmiti chayachati abhayam sarvada tasmai dadam yetadvratam mama. Even if Ravana personally comes and falls at my feet and surrenders unto me and says that, oh Lord Ram, I am yours, please forgive my mistakes. I am willing to forgive Ravan, forgive all his mistakes and accept him as my dear friend. Dadami etad vratam mama abhayam sarvada tasmai. I am here to give abhayam, fearlessness to such a surrendered soul, even if he has done so many nonsensical activities in the past. Sakradeva prapannoyam, he just has to say once, genuinely by the way, genuinely that, oh Lord, I am yours, I belong to you. So when that genuinity of surrender is there, then the Lord will give all kinds of protection and shelter. So forget Vibhishana, even if Ravana comes, I will forgive him, I will accommodate him. So Sugriva understood, oh, this is what pleases my dear Lord Ramachandra. Then he said, yes, let's accept. Let's accept Vibhishana as our friend. Sugriva changed his opinion. As soon as he understood Ram's preference, Sugriva changed his opinion. That's the flexibility of a leader. Sugriva is the king of all the Vanaras. He is the one who mobilized all these armies, thousands and millions of Vanara soldiers all the way to this Lanka ocean. And Hanumanji was not the king. But Ram accepted Hanuman's opinion and rejected Sugriva's opinion. Isn't it? Did Sugriva feel envious of Hanuman? My God, this Ram, although he is getting lot of assistance from me, he trusts Hanuman more, he values Hanuman's opinions more, although I am the king, there is absolutely no value to my opinions. So Sugriva did not get into any envious or jealous feelings or inferiority complex. Did Hanumanji get any superiority complex? See, Ram accepts my opinion. Sugriva, for name's sake he is king. Ram doesn't give any value to his opinion only. I am better. I am the one who found Sita Devi. Was there any pride in the heart of Hanuman? Absolutely no pride. No envy in the heart of Sugriva, no pride in the heart of Hanuman. No superiority complex in the heart of Hanuman, no inferiority complex in the heart of Sugriva. Their friendship and their relationship continued even after this incident. They are fully cooperative to each other during the war. Sugriva, with whatever intelligence he has, whatever information he has, and his position as the king of all Vanaras, he is supposed to think about their safety. He thought that it serves the best interests of Lord Ram if you don't accept Vibhishana into our group. He genuinely thought like that, with whatever intelligence he has. But Hanumanji, he had more information about Vibhishana. And Hanumanji is more intelligent also in various ways. Thus, with whatever intelligence Hanumanji had, he thought that accepting Vibhishana as our friend will best serve the interests of Ram. So both Sugriva and Hanuman, although their proposals were totally opposite to each other, their intentions were exactly same. How to serve Ram. That's what devotees are. Their working styles may differ, their preferences may differ, their proposals may vary from each other, but the intention, underlying intention is how to serve the Lord. Tomorrow is Ram Navami. Say one pujari says, let's offer green dress. Another pujari says, let's offer red dress. Oh my God. Two differences of opinion. But another pujari may come and reconcile. Let's offer a dress that has both green and red. So somehow it may be possible sometimes. But although they are having different opinions, both are agreeing to the basic principle of offering a dress to the Lord. right? That service, we have to render service on this day or every day. There is no compromise in that. But how exactly to render service? There is a little difference of opinion. Okay. So difference of opinion and disagreements are common and natural, but the differences of opinion should not disrupt our relationships. The difference of opinion between Sugriva and Hanuman did not disrupt their relationship. They continued. Sometimes you may not be able to even reconcile. Here, Sugriva and Hanuman had Ram personally to tell what he wants, and then Sugriva changed his opinion. That's fine. But we may not get that chance always. Always Ram will not come. I want this. I want that. He may not be personally present, but still, our inclination to serve along with other devotees, our inclination to retain our friendly, loving, cordial relationships with other devotees should remain intact. Although our working styles may differ, although our opinions may differ. So difference of opinion should not disrupt relationships. Difference of opinion only indicates that everybody is unique. They have unique preferences, unique ways of serving the Lord. Only the Supreme Lord can receive services of different flavor. The Lord is Akhila Rasamrta Murti. He can simultaneously and perfectly reciprocate with different devotees who like to serve him in different moods. He can eat non-spicy food also, he can eat spicy food also. He can accept Kevala Bhakti also, he can accept Aishwarya Gnana Yukta Bhakti also. Mathura Vasis, Dwarka Vasis, they worship the Lord in a reverential mood. And Vrajavasis worship the Lord in a totally different mood. Kevala Bhakti. They don't consider him God only, but they serve him. Krishna can accept both kind of services, both flavors of service. But an average living being cannot. The ability to accommodate so many differences and so many varieties is not there within an average living being, but Krishna has all that. But what we need to ensure is our differences of opinion or different styles and variegatedness that exists around should not lead to disrespectful feelings towards other devotees and should not disrupt our relationships. At least we may not have a very close friendship with someone, but at least we should respect them. Amanina manadena, we should not go below that. Anyways, this Vibhishana Saranagati has happened. Vibhishana is now the dear friend of Ram. And Ram and Vibhishana, Ram actually said that I will coronate you as the king of Lanka. Now another perspective, somebody may think that Vibhishana is rejecting Ravan and he thought that Ram will kill Ravan, and if Ram kills Ravan I can become king of Lanka. That's why he has come here at the critical moment. Now the results are very clear. Two parties are confronting with each other. One party will win, one party will lose. That's very clear. Now let me now only to make friendship with this winning party. So people may think that Vibhishana is employing that kind of strategy in coming to Ram, but that is not the case. With all genuinity, Vibhishana voluntarily surrendered to the lotus feet of Ram. A devotee's surrender to the Lord is not dependent on any calculation, external calculation. Will he serve me or not? That is materialistic calculation. Once Ashwathama released the Brahmastra to kill Parikshit Maharaj, who was not yet born. He was still within the womb of Mother Uttara. And Mother Uttara spontaneously, as soon as she realized that a fiery arrow is coming towards her to kill the embryo within her womb, with absolutely no second thought, Uttara ran towards Krishna saying, Pahi pahi mahayogin deva deva jagatpate nanyam tadabhayam pashyet yatra mrityuh parasparam. She said that. Pahi pahi mahayogin. Oh great Lord, oh great mystic. I can't see anybody else in the planet who can give me abhayam, who can give me fearlessness. Yatra mrityuh parasparam. She is surrendering to whom? Krishna, in the presence of Pandavas. Were the Pandavas offended? When this Uttara gets some difficulty, she should go to her husband. Husband is not there. Fine. Abhimanyu was not there. She should go to father-in-law, who was also her guru, dancing guru, our Arjun. She did not go to Arjun. Or at least she should go to eldest of the fathers-in-law, That is Yudhishthir, she did not go there also. In their presence, in the presence of Yudhishthir, Bhima, Arjun, Nakul, Sahadev, she is going and surrendering to Krishna. And she says, no one else is there to protect me. Arjun did not say, I am not there to protect you or what? Why are you going to Krishna? But Arjun did not get offended. Pandavas did not get offended. Because they are also in the same mood. Although they are accomplished warriors, recently they just won the battle of Kurukshetra, still they are completely convinced that we could win this war only by Krishna's grace. And if someone else is surrendering to Krishna, then that gives joy to these hearts of these devotees. So, just like a child naturally and spontaneously surrenders to the parents, whenever the child gets some problem, the child goes to the mother only, goes to the father only, not to anyone else. Even if the child understands that my parents may not be able to solve this problem, that security guard standing there, that policeman standing there, or that so-and-so uncle standing there, they will help me. Still, a small child will go to the mother only. That's the spontaneity and natural propensity of a child to surrender to the Lord. Similarly, that is the natural propensity of a devotee to surrender to Krishna beyond all material calculations. No selfish considerations in surrender and service. So Vibhishana with all genuinity wanted to surrender to Ram. Ram accepted that surrender and friendship, and he coronated Vibhishana even before the war only. Because results are declared already. Ram is going to win. The very fact that Ram has come all the way to Lanka to kill Ravana itself is sufficient proof that Ravan will be killed. Ram considered to kill Ravan, means Ravan is killed already. Krishna considered to kill Duryodhan, Dushasana and all these people, Karna, Shakuni. They are already killed. And what Arjuna is doing there? Nimitta matram bhavasavyasachin. Only nimitta matra, nothing more. So that's how Vibhishana Saranagati happened, and they all crossed this Lanka bridge, and war began. It's a very long war. Finally, Ram killed Ravan. Somehow, I'll go in details till 9 o'clock, then I'll summarize beyond. So, how long can we go, Prabhu? 9:05 here, I can see the time. Okay. So, Ram fought with Ravan. Ram's army fought with Ravana's army. And Ravana's army is equipped with so many sophisticated weapons, mystic weapons. And Ram's soldiers, they don't have many sophisticated or mystic weapons. They are just uprooting some mountains and getting some boulders or getting some trees and then fighting with these people. But they are winning. Rakshasas are losing. Why? Because all this Vanar Sena has blessings of Mother Sita, good wishes of Mother Sita. And all these Rakshasas are tainted by offense towards Mother Sita. It's not about your power. It's about the blessing that you have, the power of the blessing that you have. The blessings that we gather in life are more powerful than all our skills and talents and experiences. One may be extremely experienced, but he offends a great personality, all the experience cannot protect him. Ravan had so many benedictions from different devatas like Brahma, Shiva, but did they come and rescue Ravan when Ram decided to kill him? So when somebody offends a chaste woman or a great personality or a great devotee, and when Ram or Krishna, the Supreme Lord, decides to punish such an offender, nobody can save him. Nobody wants to save him. Ability is different. They have no inclination only to save. Durvasa Muni offended Ambrish Maharaj, and he is going to Shivalok and Brahmalok and Vishnulok. All three said, we cannot save you. Who can save you? Only Ambrish Maharaj can save you. Then Durvasa Muni, after doing Brahmanda Brahman for 1 year, he came and fell at the lotus feet of Ambrish. Then within a moment, Ambrish saved him. The Lord is never pleased with someone who offends a Vaishnava. Accidentally, you may step on someone's leg. That's an offense, definitely. But you can immediately say, I'm sorry, Prabhu. And you can touch their feet and put on your head, or just touch their body and respectfully give a gesture. Offense may be nullified. So these small things keep happening. And you realize the mistake, immediately apologize, and that offense is nullified. When somebody, but when somebody is holding deep-rooted grudge, envy, and hatred towards another Vaishnav, and purposely, in a premeditated way, trying to manipulate the situations and pull down another Vaishnav, defame another Vaishnav, or harm another Vaishnav in some way or the other, that's a very, very grave offense. Even Krishna cannot forgive that offense, doesn't want to forgive that offense. Even if Vaishnav doesn't take it seriously, the Lord will take it very seriously. Gopal Chapal wanted to defame Srivas Thakur. Srivas Thakur did not consider that an offense at all. But Mahaprabhu said, I will make you rot in hell for 10 million lifetimes. That's the gravity of offense to a Vaishnava. A premeditated offense, a very grave offense. Anyways, because of having profuse blessings of Mother Sita, all the Vanaras were becoming victorious in this battle. Although initially the demons were overpowering these monkeys, but eventually the Vanaras took over and Vanaras overpowered the Rakshasas. And in this long Uttara-kanda, so many episodes of fight were there. And at one point, Ram and Lakshman just fainted because of Indrajit's weapon. Then Hanumanji went and brought Sanjeevani mountain and revived the lives of so many unconscious soldiers there along with Ram and Lakshman. So like that, Hanumanji did tremendous amount of seva. And that Hanuman, who got such great seva, whose heroism is very nicely demonstrated in this Lanka war, what was the role given to Hanumanji in Kurukshetra war? If Hanumanji was given free hand to fight in Kurukshetra war, he doesn't need 18 days. Within 18 minutes or 18 seconds, he will make Duryodhan, Dushasan, Karna second into pulp. Within 18 seconds. But what was the service given to Hanuman? You just sit on the flag of Arjun and give him blessings. One more seva if you want. Whenever Bhima is roaring, you join him and you also roar. Only roaring. And generally when you roar, you feel like doing the action also ahead. But you just only roar, make a sound, that's all. No action is required, only sound is required from you. So Hanumanji very humbly accepted that role. Sometimes we may be given very prominent roles in the service of the Lord. Sometimes we may be asked to lead so many devotees and orchestrate one particular service, big project. Sometimes we are asked, sit in that corner and chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Or sit in that corner and distribute Charanamrit. Or sit in this corner and then give flowers and tulsi leaves to the visitors. So sometimes the service may be very simple, easily done, or menial. Sometimes the service may be very big, great accomplishment. Devotee is willing to do both. I will do only attention attracting services. It is small, simple things, give it to new bhaktas. Not like that. Whatever is required for the service of the Lord and whatever is expected from me in this situation, I will do it. So in Lanka war, the Lord wanted Hanuman to be the hero. In Uttara-kanda, which is the most beautiful episode of the entire Ramayana, Ram took a low profile and kept Hanumanji in front. When Hanumanji had to cross the Lanka ocean, he just had to jump across it. But when Ram had to cross, he has to make a bridge. Ram wanted to give more credit to Hanumanji than he took for himself. Ram wanted all generations, future generations to come to glorify Hanumanji. So Hanumanji was given a great role. The Lord is such a Lord, not an insecure Lord. Lord is such a liberal Lord who takes more pleasure in glorifying his devotees and giving credit to his devotees more than he takes for himself. And in Mahabharata, Krishna wanted to make Arjuna the hero, Bhima the hero, and he took a low profile. He took a front seat as a driver. So in this chariot, front seat is considered inferior and back seat is considered superior. Means the warrior is there in the behind and the driver is there in front, externally. But here Krishna took the front seat to lead the life of Arjun. He's giving direction. As a Marga Darshan, he's just showing direction to Arjun and giving him Bhagavad Gita and all. Lord plays all kinds of roles. Sometimes he takes a low profile, to elevate his devotees. That's why he's called Prabhave Sarva Sattvatam, one who expands the influence and glories of his devotees. And although Krishna orchestrated the entire Kurukshetra war, he made Yudhishthira Maharaj the king of Hastinapur. He did not sit on the throne. Although Krishna killed Kamsa and all the wrestlers of Kamsa and all the demonic associates of Kamsa, he did not sit in Mathura throne. He made Ugrasena to sit. Although Krishna is the one who erected the entire Dwarka fort in the Kushasthali Dvipa, in the middle of the ocean, overnight, he did not become the king of Dwarka. Although you call him Dwarakadhish for all divine purposes, but the king of Dwaraka, king of Yadu dynasty is Ugrasen. And Krishna is just a subordinate. He's just, Ugrasen, you are my devotee, I'll just serve you in this capacity. So there's a great ecstasy in encouraging another devotee and taking a low profile. And even the Lord wants to enjoy that background role, menial role, as a great leader of all devotees. Now, Hanumanji brought this Sanjeevani, and Uttara-kanda just ended. Ram killed Ravan, and long story again. So Ram retrieved Sita Devi, and Agni Pariksha also happened, and we also discussed it day before yesterday slightly, this moment, but I will not elaborate on it. So Ram went back to Ayodhya on Pushpak Viman. As they were traveling in Pushpak Viman, from there Ram was showing all the prominent spots. It's like traveling in an airplane, they are able to see where is what. So Ram was showing all the spots to Sita Devi. They all happily landed in Ayodhya. Then Ram's Pattabhishek happened. Bharat was waiting, Shatrughna was waiting, Kaikeyi, Sumitra, Kaushalya, all of them were waiting for Ram to come. So very warm reception Ram received from Vasishtha Muni and all the residents of Ayodhya. With the lamps of their love, they are inviting Ram back into their lives. And Ram was coronated as the king of Ayodhya. That's the Yuddha-kanda. Then there's one little section at the end, which is Uttara-kanda, where Sita Devi becomes pregnant as Ram was ruling the kingdom. And Ram asks Sita Devi, what do you want? You are pregnant, I want to fulfill whatever desire you have. Sita Devi said that I would like to take blessings of so many sages who are living on the side of the river Ganga. So can you please arrange for this? Then eventually Ram arranged, and meanwhile this washerman passes a comment, and Ram becomes concerned that just like this washerman passed a comment that I am living with Sita Devi who stayed in Lanka for an year. In future also lusty kings may comment on me, and on top of it I don't want them to maintain different affairs with unscrupulous people quoting me as an example. So let me experience another episode of Vipralambharasa. During Vanavas, that 1 year of, where Sita Devi was in Lanka, Ram experienced Vipralambharasa with Sita Devi. Now another episode of Vipralambharasa is coming up, where Ram asks Lakshman to leave Sita Devi in the forest near Valmiki's ashram, and Sita Devi ends up in Valmiki Rishi's ashram, and she gives birth to Lava and Kusha there, and Lava and Kusha were trained personally by Valmiki Rishi to sing Ramayana, Ramakatha. And this Lava and Kusha sing Ram Katha everywhere, giving great happiness to all the devotees, and they eventually came to Ayodhya also. And in Ayodhya, when Lava and Kusha are very beautifully reciting Ramayana, Ram became so happy and ecstatic because Krishna Katha is so absolute, Rama Katha is so absolute, so spiritually glorious that even the Lord becomes very impressed and inspired by hearing his own pastimes and glories. When Lava and Kusha are doing Ram Katha, Ram, who was sitting on his great throne, he was hearing. He was getting ecstasy. But he saw his citizens who are sitting down on the ground, and in the middle, Lava and Kusha are just making some songs glorifying Ram. And all the citizens were relishing so much that they are just slapping each other's hands and thighs and then saying, they are relishing that point. They are sharing that relish with the people next to them. They are doing machitta madgata prana, tushyanti cha ramanti cha. When somebody is next to you to share your happiness, you had a very nice point in the lecture. You see your friend and then they smile and you smile and then you relish it better mutually. And after the class also you discuss. So Ram was feeling that although I am relishing this Ram Katha, I don't have someone sitting next to me on the throne. So Ram held his ornaments so that they don't make a sound. Slowly he descended from his throne. Nobody noticed him only. Because they are so absorbed in Ram Katha. So Ram just slowly descended from his throne, joined the citizens. He sat in the middle of the citizens. Then he started relishing even more. So like that, Ram was relishing Ram Katha. One of the most prominent lessons that I can take from this Uttara-kanda is the relish of Ram Katha. When devotees come together and relish the pastimes of the Lord, that causes the greatest spiritual happiness to all the devotees, and no other source of happiness is as great as this source of spiritual discussions amongst devotees. Bodhayantaha parasparam macchitta madgata prana bodhayantaha parasparam kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha parasparanu kathanam pavanam bhagavadyashaha mithoratihi mitha tushtir nivrittir mitha atmanah. So devotees are those people who are constantly absorbed in anukathanam, means mutual glorification, mutual discussions about the Lord's glories, and in that they become purified. Pavanam bhagavadyashaha, because they glorify the Lord, they become purified at heart, and they give up all attraction towards this material world, and they develop attraction towards Krishna. And Krishna Katha, Rama Katha attract the Lord himself also. Why Jagannathji, Baladev, Subhadra forms manifested? Because of Krishna's attraction towards his own Vrindavan pastimes. So Krishna, Balram and Subhadra peeped into that room and they were hearing the beautiful Vraja Katha done by Rohini Mata in front of all the Dwarka queens. So hearing their own pastimes, Krishna went into ecstasy, Balram went into ecstasy, and Subhadra also went into ecstasy. Their eyes became very big, their smile became very wide, they became Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra. Their limbs were withdrawn into their bodies. So this is the relish of Harikatha. In the Bhagavatam, 9th canto, Sukadeva Goswami speaks, what is the glory of hearing the pastimes of Lord Ramachandra? Purusho Ramacharitam, Purusho Ramacharitam, Shravanair Upadharayan, Andrisham Saparo Rajan, Karma Bandhaihi Pramuchyate. Purusho Ramacharitam, Shravanair Upadharayan. When you hear sincerely the glories of Lord Ramachandra, the charitra, the history, the pastimes of Lord Ramachandra from sincere devotees, what will happen? Andrishamsha paro rajan. We will be relieved from this disease of envy in the heart. You want to become non-envious? Hear Ram Katha. So there are so many beautiful, wonderful stories of devotees in Ramayana that describe the stories of non-envious devotees. So the envy in the heart of a sincere hearer is destroyed by hearing Ram Katha. And karma bandhaihi pramuchyate. One will be relieved from all the bondage to this fruitive baggage by hearing Ram Katha. So this is the glory of hearing about Supreme Lord Ramachandra, and it's our great fortune that by Srila Prabhupada's grace we are going to celebrate Ramanavami tomorrow and so many Vaishnava festivals throughout the year. So the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam says, Nayatra Vaikuntha Katha Suthapaga Nasadhavo Bhagavatastadashrayah Nayatra Yagnesha Makhama Hotsava Suropi Lokopi Navaisa Sevyatam. Nayatra Vaikuntha Katha Sudhapaga, the place where the nectarian river of Harikatha is not flowing. Na sadhavo bhagavatas tadashrayah, the place where sincere devotees who take shelter of that Harikatha river are not existent. Nayatra Yagnesha Makha Mahotsava, the place where the great festivals like Ramnavami or Janmashtami, Radhashtami, Gaurapurnima, they are not being celebrated. That place is not worth staying. What is a place that is worth staying? The place where there is Hari Katha, the place where there are devotees of Krishna, and the place where festivals of Krishna are celebrated. That's a place worth staying. If you don't have access to that place, the Devatas are saying that better to stay, better to remain within the airtight bags of mother's wombs and not even come out. It's a very painful situation where you are just completely packed in a sack, completely dark. All the urine and stool are right next to us, right in such a filthy condition to stay within the womb of a mother. But the Devatas say that better to stay there only. Instead of coming to a place where there is no Hari Katha, Hari Kirtan, Hari devotees, and festivals of Lord Hari. So it's our great fortune that we have access to Hari Katha, Hari Kirtan, and devotees of Krishna and festivals with the grace of our Vaishnava Acharyas and Srila Prabhupada. So let us celebrate this Ramnavami in the proper consciousness of being a servant of the servant of the servant, and let us humbly, sincerely offer this prayer to the Lord. O Lord, please increase my service attitude. Please increase my commitment and dedication to your service and the service of your devotees. Let me follow the instructions of my spiritual master. Let me follow the instructions of our acharyas, and let me give up my filthy tendencies like lust, envy, pride, greed. All this will happen by your blessings. So let us pray to Lord Ramachandra on this Ramnavami day. Thank you very much. Shri Ramnavami Maha Mahotsav ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Grace Gauranga Darshan Prabhu ki jai.